Good morning from Sofia, Bulgaria. It's currently minus temperatures. There's snow in the mountains. I'm going to go to my mountain village house that I bought last year for 4,000 euros. I haven't been there for 6 months. When I last went there, it was the middle of summer. It was boiling hot. Now there's probably snow all over my house. So I'm going to go there and see if everything's intact. Let's go and see what's what. My car won't start. What to do? I think that the battery is dead, so I'm going to look for jumper cables. That's the only option I've really got, is to see if somebody can help me start my car, if they sell any jumper cables in Lidl. So first I'm going to look for that. Apart from that, if it doesn't work, then I'll have to try to buy a new battery. So they usually sell car stuff in Lidl. If they don't have anything, then maybe I can try Fantastico. I guess at least this happened here and not in the village, because then I would be really screwed. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Jump leads. €12.78. Okay. These are coming with me.
In 600 meters, continue straight.
Now I'm here, I haven't turned off the engine, it's just still on, because I'm worried that the same thing's going to happen, and there's literally like hardly anybody living in this village to ask to help. I've got a battery charger in the boot, but I just hope that the electricity is still on in the house, because it was always on since I bought it and it hadn't been turned off. I'm going to go and see if I've got my battery charger. Okay. It should be there. That's this battery charger. So what happened is, when I started my car in the Lidl car park, it wouldn't start. It was just making this sound like click, 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 click. And then I looked it up online and it said it might be the battery. So I bought these jumper cables and I asked some random bloke in the car park if he would help me charge the battery, and he did. So now the engine's still on. So I'm going to go and see if there's still some power in the house. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm in. Everything looks pretty much the same as it was, but obviously it's just, all of this was completely green and bushy before, and now it's all died down. And all of this that I cut has all died down too. So you can see a lot better how big the garden is and what's actually here. But I'll give you a proper tour later. I'm going to check if there's electricity so I can charge my battery. Otherwise I have to maybe go and buy another battery from somewhere else. So let's see what's what. So everything's intact, nobody broke in. Alright. Oh, big spider webs. Okay. Oh, I took this out before I left last time. I think that's in. Okay. Let's see. Hey, fingers crossed. Thank God. Okay. Now I can charge my battery and I won't get stuck in the village. That's the battery here. I'm going to need 2 hands for this, so minus to minus, plus to plus. And it's charging. Oh, I only had 1 bar. Yeah, today hasn't started off very good. I cut look at my coat. That happened in a bin in Fantastico. And then like half an hour later my car wouldn't start. So I feel like today is not the day to touch anything sharp or anything like that. It's one of those days. Okay, let me show you the state of the house after 6 months. So this is everything that was cut down. I'll show you the other footage on top. Everything was cut down over here and it's just rotted away, as you would expect. now that there's no leaves and stuff, you can see that there's actually quite spacious here. There's a lot more space than I thought, and there's a lot less trees than I thought. They're so green in the summer that you can't see anything there. So that's actually good. Yeah, and in the summer there's a lot more privacy because I couldn't see that house or this house. So this was like a shield for privacy. But now you can just see everything. Obviously the steps, when I first came here, they were completely covered. I didn't know that they existed. I had to go down from here. But afterwards I uncovered these stairs, which are here. And all of this over here is part of this foliage that was cut down and rotted away too. That was much higher before. The roof seems to have stayed intact, even though there has been snow. I was expecting snow because they have these strange microclimates where when I was on the other side of Sofia, there was all snow. And then when I crossed over here, it was all sunny and I couldn't see any snow at all. So I think it's actually a bit warmer here as well than where I just was in Lidl. Just going to have a look down this side. I'm going to go and see what the state of the outdoor toilet is. This is pretty steep. My coat's already been ripped, so I couldn't care less about it now. It's getting extra rips on the side. This pathway through here, it was almost impossible to get through. And then all of this, I made like a small pathway here. This is still pretty impassable, but there are steps here. They haven't been uncovered yet. So that's like another job to do. This is the balcony. You can see it more from the other side, but the balcony is like starting to break off. Let's have a look down here, because in the summer it was impossible to see this part of the house. I thought that I'd be able to get down there, but I don't think so, because there's no way through unless I tunnel under here like a fox. But basically you can see the road here that you couldn't see before, and see how far down it goes. And then that's the other side, that's the other side of the garden. So it's actually really big. And that's the gate here, but I wanted to try to get to it to close it, but I don't think I can get through. I'll have to come back with the machete to do that. This is the outhouse. It's a real shambles. It must be in exact same condition as last time. That's the toilet. The tiles fell into the toilet and broke it. The ceiling's got a massive hole in it. Okay. So as you can see, there's a lot of gardening work to be done. Thorns all over the place. But easier to do now than in the middle of summer. So yeah, all of this, I want to set it on fire. It's got to be away from the house because the house has got a timber frame, so this is the like courtyard area. You can see I had grapes last time. Let's look at the condition of the side of the house. It's just this part on the side of the house. You can see where it's coming away, and then you can see the stones underneath. There are steps, but you can hardly see them. You can just see them at the top. Okay, this is how it's locked. Oh god, it's a nightmare. I do not remember leaving it like that, but clearly I did. So this is the stuff that I threw out from the top. You can see that where the floor is like actual mud. That's the floor, and then this is the other room. God, it does give you the creeps. Yeah, I think this is where they kept animals. Obviously nobody actually lived here. You can see the beams, these big beams here. That's where they had like different sticks, and then in between they've got this clay and mud mixed with hay. I can actually see like a piece of hay, and that's how they constructed this ceiling. And on this other side of that, you can actually see these big stones. So here you can see clearly how they built it. So these are like more modern bricks, and then you can see these bits of hay in between. Sometimes they use like animal fur and animal dung, but this is like clay and mud. It does smell in there. For now, I'm probably not going to go back in there today. but I'm just going to lock this. Okay, that's it. So clearly not much has changed since the last time I was here. I thought something might have happened, you know. Something might have collapsed in the cold winter. Let me show you the interior of the house. Pretty much everything is the same as it was. It's just dustier and it's got more cobwebs around. Yeah, so when I left it, I just left this wood burner and these mattresses and this big table here. And then I've got the balcony. Okay, so yeah, like half of the balcony is up until here. Like this is like the structure of the house, and then that's the other half, which is very precarious, so I'm not going to step on it. As you can see, it's already coming away from the main structure. But this is the glorious view of the mountain. So yeah, it hasn't completely fallen away yet, but it's definitely on its way out. And you can see where the property actually stretches to, which is down there. Like you can see that the grey part, that's the road, and then it just stretches to just in front of this road. So it's got two entrances from the front and the back. And then this is the other room. How much have we got now? 14.3 volts, and it's on the last one. So that's been charging nicely. And yeah, just exactly as I left it, the ceiling looks the same. It had like some cracks in it. And other than that, it's just a mess, really. I spoke to somebody who built their own house. They didn't build it themselves, but they hired people to do it. And it cost 15,000 euros for labour and 15,000 euros for material. And their house was 50 metres squared, and this one is about 40 metres squared. And that was just for a rough build, like the bricks and the roof, and that's it. So basically, if I wanted to demolish this and build it again, it could cost like in excess of 50k or maybe even more, like who knows. So the plan is to use this space here for a container house. So having the container house here and then this demolish bit by bit. So I've got the view of the mountain from the container house up here. And it's a pretty big space, and obviously it would need to be leveled. These trees would need to be removed. And then it would like come just in front of these steps here, maybe have a path at the back too. There are some other considerations to take into account, like would I have a container house without a bathroom and then make that outhouse into a toilet, like fix that one, because it's already got the septic tank underneath it. Currently my electricity to the house is coming from this pole over here, so I would just get another line from that pole. In the capital, there are quite a lot of container house shops, like warehouses and stuff. So I'm going to go and have a look and see how much they are and see if this would even make sense. The car started, but it made this clicking sound again, but not for as long. I'm probably just going to buy another battery and hope that it's the battery that needs to be changed and nothing else. All right, well, I'm going to look for another battery, and I'm going to look for it fast because I do not want to be stranded somewhere in the mountain. So I came to this auto parts shop. It was like 20 minutes away, and they did a battery test, and it said I need to replace the battery. Apparently the battery on the side, it said that it's from 2011, so it's really old. So yes, I got this new battery, and I'm just about to put it in, and then everything should be fine.
Само секундочка. Не мога да стигна. Ето го. 14 и 15, да, което е идеално.
In 600 meters, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto the E79 slip road. Exit the roundabout onto the slip road. Continue for 18 kilometers.
Okay, I'm going to pick stuff up from here and move it over there, and then I'll do the fire afterwards if I can, because it's still raining a bit, so. I'm going to start the fire up here, so I'm just shoving these burning discs under. How fast it did it. I'm not sure if that's going to catch. There's tons of fire sticks in there, but you can see it's raining. It's kind of catching, but it could go down at any moment. It's not getting into a big fire that I wanted. Okay, the rain has gone down, and somehow this fire managed to catch. So I can get rid of a lot of this dead wood. Okay. I'm going to wait for the fire to catch up properly, and then I'm going to put more stuff on it. Fire. Woohoo. Fire in the rain. A lot of the trees that were over here have all gone. They've all been burned down. So you can see it's quite a bit of a transformation. This looks a lot more spacious here now. I started pruning these ones at the front, try and get rid of those as well. And then all that big pile down there is gone too, almost gone. So quite a bit of a transformation so far. Let's see how it looks when the fires burned everything all down. And look at the state of my glove. Ripped to shreds. The sun has come out finally. The rain has stopped and I've made a lot of progress. The fire is still on. So basically this area looks so different than before, like all of these trees are gone. Okay, so I'm going to measure from about this corner, so this will be the corner. I'm going to measure from this wall to that corner and then to the other fence. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 4 normal steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't get through because there's a tree. Okay, so it's 4 steps this way and 10 steps that way. So now I'm going to go to a couple of the container house stores, which are in central Sofia, about 40 minutes away. And I'm going to go and see what they've got, how much they are, what they're like, everything. Let's go.
In 400 meters, at the roundabout, take the first exit.
So I was just on the way to the Balkan Containers store, but I saw this shop. It's called Camperismo, and they've got these like a house that's on a trailer, so somebody could drive it in. So this one's obviously really huge, but it's literally a whole house on wheels. Yeah, you can see inside it's like a house of a sofa. That's cool. It's actually got steps. It's got 2 stories. But as you can see, it's huge. It's really big. And then they've got another one over here. I can't really see it. Looks like it's got AC. That one's a bit smaller. But it's still like way too big to go, obviously, in the space that I've got. Look at this one, that's got 2 stories too. It's huge. On second thought, this one, it's hard to actually see it. Let's go here. So it's got a bed there. Not sure if you can see because there's a reflection. And then it's got steps going up to the 2nd floor. And I can see a kitchen in there. And then you can see there's like another bed up there. I wonder how much that is. That's really cool. I'm just going to put this here. I can't see, but the camera can catch what's in there. And that's how you get your power. Just plug it in there. And that's the AC. I'm going to go ask how much this one is. I'm going to try to measure it, how far it is, doing the same steps that I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's way less. Okay, so starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's in 9, 10. Yeah. Oh look. You can see it a bit from here. That is great. I'm going to ask how much that is. I think the office is just over there, so I'm just going to leave my car here. So this container house trailer is 38,000 euros. It's made in Bulgaria. It's 2.5 meters wide and 7.5 meters in length. And they give it to you with the trailer, and then you can just take it wherever you want. You can take it from one house to another. You don't need any permission or anything like that. So I think it's pretty good. 38,000 is a lot though. I was looking for a lot cheaper than that. So this one is 48,000 euros. It's made in Turkey. And then this one over here is 60,000 euros, made in Turkey too. It's got air conditioning. And yeah, that's the upstairs, fridge, little kitchen. Yeah, it's got everything. So it's got 1 bedroom down here, another bedroom upstairs. It's got a washing machine. This is the toilet and the shower. Yeah, so this one is 65,000 euros and it's made in Turkey. Yeah, 65k. Yeah, I don't know what you think, but I think these are fantastic. So I just got to Top House, which is just next to that place, but it's actually closed. It closed at 4 p.m, so I just missed it. So I can't go in and see all of the different container houses. You can see there's a lot of options in here. I really want to see them in detail, so I'm going to come next time. So for now, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.